Hey guys. Okay, so today there's a sub, obviously. You're gonna start on chapter 7, quiz 1, review 1. So we will be reviewing today, Wednesday, for quiz review 1. Thursday we'll do a review 2, and then Friday will be your quiz. Okay, so take good notes. You can use these on your review. Some of the rules you're gonna kind of know, and some of them. So it's just everything we've done so far combined. Okay, so all this part wants us to do is simplify, and so there's no multiplication, division, anything like that, and so, but we do see we have a negative, okay, and so our negative's gotta go on the bottom, and we put a 1 on top. Okay? And I'm gonna go fast just because it's a video, so feel free to pause in between. Okay, so this one, same thing, I have a negative, so we keep the same, and I'm gonna do a positive 4, and I'm gonna put it over 1. Okay, and so this is gonna be your answer. Okay, the next one says 2 to the 0. Well, anything to the 0 power is always 1. Okay, 7, we have some negatives, and so I can draw my fraction bar. U to the negative 3, well, that needs to go on the bottom, and it turns to a positive. V to the 3 is already positive, so we leave it up top. Okay. Um, 9, okay, we're gonna draw our fraction bar. A squared goes on top because it's positive. B to the negative 3 or B to the positive 3 needs to go on the bottom. Okay, because there's a negative there. Okay, 11. Okay, 11, same thing. We're working with just numbers, so we're going to keep the big number the same. Okay, we got to keep our big number the same, and so our big number is going to be 4. And with multiplication, because there's a dot, okay, dot means multiplication. And here's the rule. So if we got x to the a times x to the b, it's really x to the a plus b. Okay, and so we're really going to have 4 plus 3. So it's going to be 4 to the 7. Okay. And then if you look at 13, okay, 13, we're going to multiply because we have letters and numbers. Okay, we're going to multiply the bigs and add the littles. Okay, so 3 times 4 is going to be 12, and we add the littles. So I'm going to have v to the 2 plus 0. Okay, we multiply the bigs, add the littles. So we're going to have 12v to the 2. There's no negatives there, and so we can just circle it. We're done. Okay, 15, we're going to multiply the bigs, add the littles. Okay, so in the bigs, there's a 1 and a 1, and then there's really a 1 here. Okay, so 1 times 1 is going to be 1. We have x, and we add the littles. So negative 2 plus 1. So you're going to have 1x, and over here you're going to get negative 1. Okay, and we have negatives, so our negatives need to go on the bottom. So you're going to have x to the 1 on the bottom and a 1 up top. Okay, 17, same thing. We have a dot, so that means multiplication. We're going to multiply the bigs. 2 times 2 is 4, and we start adding all the littles. Well, I got x's and y's for sure. So I'm going to have negative 1 plus 4. My y is going to be 3 plus 3. So I'm going to have 4 to the x is going to be 3. Y is going to be 6. I have no negatives, so I'm just going to leave that there, and I'm going to fix this so you don't think it looks like a 16, because it's not. Okay, 19. Okay, now, this is the power rule, okay? And so the power rule says that if we have x to the a, that's an a, to the b is really x to the a times b. Okay, so this, we are to keep our big number, and it's really gonna be the inside times the little number on the outside, so -3. So it's gonna be 3 to the 2 times 3 is gonna be -6. Okay, well I have negatives and they gotta go on the bottom, so it's gonna be 3 to the 6 and we put it over 1. Okay, 21. Okay, we keep the base and then we multiply the little numbers together, so it's gonna be 0 times 2. Well, 0 times 2 is still 0, so it's going to be 4 to the 0. Okay, and 4 to the 0 is just 1. Okay. Okay, 23. Okay, it's still a power rule, so we're going to have n, and it's going to be 2 to the, our times -4. It's going to be n to the -8. Okay, which is really n to the 8. And I know I'm going fast, partially because of the video, but partially because this is a review. Okay, so most of you guys should know how to do all these. They're fairly simple. It might take you refreshing on a couple here and there. Okay, 25. Okay, we have letters and numbers. Okay, and so the number on the outside needs to go to each big number and each little number. So you're going to have 4 to the -2. N to the 2 times -2. Okay, so we're going to have 4 to the -2, n to the, and you got 2 times -2 is going to be -4. Okay, and so now everything's simplified as much as we can for now, okay, and so we have negatives. So we're going to draw our bar and we say, well, where does this one go? Well, the 4 to the -2 is going to go on the bottom. N to the -4 is also has a negative in the exponent, so it's going to go on the bottom. Okay, we say, well, what can we put up top? There's nothing there. We put a 1. Okay, 27. 27, same thing. And you're going to have to kind of fill some stuff in, but there's really a 1 right here. Okay, and so this number needs to go to each number and in there. So we're going to have 3 to the 4, y to the 1 times 4, x to the -3 times 4. Okay, and I anticipate that some of you guys were struggling with this section the most, so please go slow. So we're going to have 3 to the 4, y, well 1 times 4 is 4, x, and then I have -3 times 4 is going to be -12. Okay, so we've simplified everything as much as we can, and so we're going to draw our bar and put the stuff where it needs to go. So I'm going to have 3 to the 4 stays on top, y to the 4 stays on top, x to the 12 needs to go on bottom. Your very last step is always going to figure out what is that number. What is 3 to the 4th power? Okay, and it's going to be 81. So it's just going to be 81, y to the 4, x to the 12. Okay, the last page on here is about division. We did this yesterday. So with just numbers, we keep our base and we say top minus bottom. So -2 minus 3. Okay, well -2 minus 3 is going to be 2 to the -5. Okay, and we have negative, so we know we need to put it on the bottom. So you're going to have 2 to the 5 and you got to put a 1 on top. Okay, 31. We can draw our fraction bar. We always keep the numbers where they're at. So we're going to have 3 and a 4. And we have x, and we say -2 top minus the bottom, which is -1. Okay, well I got a minus, so we make this into a plus. Okay, and so this thing is going to be 3 x, 3 over 4, and then you're going to have an x to the -1. Okay, but we got negative, so we're not done. Okay, and so it's really going to be 3 to the 4, and this x minus 1 needs to go on the bottom. Okay, 33. We keep our big number, and we're gonna have x to the -2 minus the bottom, which is 4. Okay, so up top, you're gonna have x to the -6 over 2. And we can't leave that up there, so it's gonna be 2, and you're gonna have x to the 6, and we put a 1 on top. Okay, last one, so I got 4 and a 3. Okay, so we're gonna have u's, u to the -3, and there's nothing on the bottom, so we leave it there if there's nothing to subtract or add. And then I got v to the 2 minus 1. Okay, so we're gonna have 4 over 3, u to the -3, v to the 1. Okay, and then our last step is to get rid of the negative. So it's going to be 4 over 3. U to the 3 needs to go on the bottom. The v to the 1 can stay on top. Okay, I know I did all those really fast. You need to go back through and do all of the even ones. Try your best. Do the ones that you can for sure do. Circle me the ones that you're like, I don't know how to do. Try. I can tell if you guys are actually trying or not. Okay, and put them in the box. If you don't finish and you know you're going to lose it, put it in the box with your name on it, okay? But if you are not even making an effort, you're not trying, then you're not going to know how to do it on your test either, okay? Hopefully I will see you guys on Thursday.